Welcome back to the deep dive. Our mission here is always to cut through the noise, bypass the information overload, and deliver you the absolute most vital, actionable knowledge distilled from deep source material. Today, we are strapping in for what promises to be a high-velocity, high-value sprint into a specific blueprint for, well, building a predictable online income stream.
That's right. Our listener provided us with a truly comprehensive stack of material, the step-by-step framework behind what is often referred to as the 90-day freedom sprint.
And this isn't just a set of motivational tips, right?
Not at all. It's a day-by-day guide taking users from the mental preparation right through to the technical execution.
Okay, let's unpack this. Our goal isn't just to summarize the steps, but to really extract the core framework. We want to understand the architecture required to build a personal brand, develop genuine confidence,
And most importantly,
create that reliable, predictable daily income stream. This whole thing leans so heavily on attraction marketing and automation.
right, it's all about making sure your business works for you, not the other way around.
Exactly.
And the sources emphasize two things above almost all else: consistency and connection. So to achieve that deep dive standard, we need to move thoroughly, making sure we hit every foundational nugget.
And the material itself is designed for quick implementation.
Precisely. So we'll reflect that by providing you with quick, thorough knowledge, focusing on the why behind all the practical steps.
I want to start where the blueprint itself starts, and this is what immediately fascinated me. The sources dedicate a significant amount of time, all the early day one work to the non-technical stuff.
Yeah.
The mindset, they call it correcting the stinkin' thinking, and they
Yeah.
suggest that success or failure is almost entirely decided before you ever even hit the record button on your phone.
Absolutely. The material is unequivocal on this point. The biggest hurdle isn't learning the skills, it's the psychological block.
So anyone can learn digital marketing.
The skills are learnable, sure, but without the right commitment, users will self-sabotage. The framework demands that you adopt 3 core non-negotiable commitments right out of the gate:
What?
deciding, detaching, and declaring.
I think we need to delve into these because, they can sound a little like self-help cliches, but in this context, they seem to carry real strategic weight. What does deciding truly entail here?
It means committing to mastering the process fully. The sources use this fantastic analogy. You cannot become a dentist just by watching a few YouTube videos about dentistry.
Right. Of course not.
That profession demands years of school, practice, and skill acquisition. Digital marketing, especially this kind of attraction marketing, is presented as a high-value professional skill.
So deciding means you stop dabbling.
You stop dabbling and you commit to plugging in, learning the skills, and dedicating the time to achieve mastery, just as you would for any other high-paying career. It elevates the whole thing in your own mind. It's not a side hustle anymore.
It's a professional pursuit. That reframes the entire effort, doesn't it? It's not just posting videos, it's becoming a master digital marketer. That depth of commitment seems crucial.
It is.
Now, detaching, that sounds like the hardest part, especially when you're, waiting for money to show up in your bank account.
It is the mental friction killer. Detaching means stopping the overthinking of the how. The blueprint is a proven step-by-step process.
So you have to trust it.
You have to trust it. Users are warned explicitly against questioning the system or, tweaking the funnel because they think they know better, especially when they haven't seen any success yet.
And you detach from the immediate outcome.
Exactly. You cannot control if a post goes viral today or if a sale happens this hour. But what you can control are your daily activities. So you commit strictly to the inputs, posting 3 videos, engaging with comments, that sort of thing, and you detach from the outputs.
So you focus on the consistent daily execution and just let the system and the algorithms handle the rest? That sounds like it protects you from burning out on expectation.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
Psychologically, it shifts the risk from you onto the proven process, which is, a powerful tool for a beginner.
And then the final pillar, declaring. That's where the private decision turns into public action.
Declaring is about being bold, consistently sharing your message, your story, your purpose every single day.
And the material says boldness wins every time.
Every time. The moment you show up vanilla or generic or sort of apologetic about what you're doing, you fail to stand out. You get no views, no attention. People need to see that you stand for something.
The mission.
A mission, a lifestyle, a solution. That consistent public declaration, even when you feel new or totally unqualified, is what fuels algorithmic visibility and genuine engagement.
This immediately transitions into the idea of peace and patience, which, in the chaos of social media marketing, feels almost like an oxymoron. Why does the blueprint place such a huge emphasis on being grounded?
Because chasing success from a place of panic or stress or desperation is fundamentally draining, and your audience can smell it a mile away.
Okay.
Success needs to come from a place of mission, of grounded peace and certainty in the process. The sources state it very clearly. Your energy becomes your brand. People are drawn to, and they buy from those who are grounded, confident, and working from a place of calm certainty, not frantic stress, trying to pay next month's rent.
That makes profound sense. I mean, if I'm looking for a solution to financial stress, I want to buy it from someone who has clearly solved their own stress, not someone who seems overwhelmed by their own process.
Exactly. And that requires patience. Because real success, the kind that lasts, needs deep roots to take hold.
Okay.
Every piece of content you post, every video, every caption, it's treated like a seed. And even if you don't see the fruit, the immediate sale, you are adding roots to your digital real estate.
And this is where they bring up the Colonel Sanders analogy.
The KFC example, yeah. Colonel Sanders didn't see massive, immediate success, but his persistence built an incredible, lasting legacy. It's about inspiring a commitment to building something that will last, not just chasing a quick buck.
You're building a foundation.
A foundation, not a sandcastle that's just going to wash away with the next algorithm change.
So if that's the long-term vision, what is the most common reason people quit early? The material calls it the microwave society trap.
It perfectly captures the modern expectation of, immediate gratification. People fail because they post consistently for maybe 2 weeks or a month at most.
And then what?
And because they don't see massive life-changing success instantly, they quit. They jump to the next shiny object, convinced the system failed them.
But the blueprint insists.
The blueprint insists they haven't been consistent long enough to build a voice or gain algorithmic visibility or even just let the data stabilize. They quit before the roots even begin to take hold. You just can't expect six-figure results in a few weeks when you're building a brand from scratch.
That redefines failure then. It's not the failure of the system, it's the failure of persistence within the system.
Absolutely. And this persistence ties directly into the third major psychological pillar, the role you have to adopt.
Becoming the guide, not the guru. This is huge because new users often stop dead in their tracks. They believe they need fancy credentials, deep expertise, or some perfect success story to start selling something.
And the sources say that belief is actively detrimental. It holds you back. You do not need to be the expert. You simply need to be the guide who is pointing people to the solution, which is the blueprint itself.
And they highlight that the most relatable phase is when you're still pretty new.
The most resonant phase? Absolutely. When you are just, say, 6 months into the process, when you are still stressed, overwhelmed, or financially stuck.
Why is that particular phase so powerful?
Because it resonates with the vast majority of your target audience, your ideal customer. If you're brand new, you are the most relatable, and you should lean into that experience. You are living proof that the journey is achievable.
Your role is a hope dealer.
Hope dealer, exactly. That's a powerful term they use.
Can we expand on what that looks like in practice?
It means your content focuses less on the technical specs of the product and more on the emotional transformation. You aren't selling software. You are selling the hope of more time with your family, the hope of eliminating debt.
The hope of waking up without a stressful alarm clock.
Exactly. When you speak from that perspective of, I was just like you and here is the path I found, you establish an immediate, deep connection. Your vulnerability and where you are right now are your greatest assets for building trust.
And this foundational section closes with that non-negotiable mantra. Connection equals currency.
It is the absolute bedrock of attraction marketing. Relationship and belief are what drive sales, not the product specifications. The emails, the content, the stories you share, they all serve to build that crucial know, like, and trust factor.
In the digital space, trust is literally the currency.
It is the currency of conversion. If they trust you, they will follow your guidance right into the automated system.
Okay, so once the mental game is stabilized, you've decided, you've detached, you've declared. The next practical step is defining who you are talking to. And the materials suggest the perfect customer is often just a younger, slightly less successful version of yourself, like who you were 6 months or a year ago.
That simplification is brilliant because it just removes all the guesswork. You understand their pain points intimately because you literally lived them. The blueprint recommends a detailed brain dump to make this abstract person real.
So what kind of questions are you asking?
You ask, what state of mind were they in when they decided they needed a change? Who desperately needs the specific solution you offer right now? The 100% profit model, the automations, the freedom to spend more family time, and crucially, who would be relieved to find you?
And relief is such a powerful emotion to target. It implies they've been searching fruitlessly for a long time.
Exactly. And to make this concrete, the blueprint gives us the case study of Emily.
Let's make Emily real for our listener. Who is she?
Okay, so Emily is in her 30s. She has 2 young kids, and she struggles severely with the guilt of constantly balancing work and family. That feeling of failing at both.
I think a lot of people can relate to that.
For sure. She feels financial stress and time poverty at the same time. Her dream is to be her own boss and never have that stomach-dropping moment of having to check her bank account before buying, basic necessities.
That is surgically specific. So by defining Emily this way, a content writer knows exactly which emotional levers to pull.
Right. When your content speaks directly to Emily, she stops scrolling and thinks, oh my gosh, I feel like you inside my head.
And that's when you know you've nailed it.
That's when you know you have perfect alignment. That clarity means your content is never forced or generic. It just flows naturally because you're basically speaking to your past self.
Okay, so once you know the who, you have to overcome the biggest tactical hurdle on social media.
Yeah.
Stopping the scroll. You have, what, a maximum of 3 seconds?
1 to 3 seconds, to be precise. And that's generous. The hook is the line, the visual, or the opening soundbite that compels them to watch. If you fail the hook,
Your message is dead in the water.
gone. Never gets heard.
It's the gatekeeper. And the material breaks down 3 highly effective types of hooks. Let's run through them, but let's talk about why they neurologically grab our attention.
Okay, first up is the pain-based hook. This one taps directly into immediate emotional suffering. It works because the human brain is hardwired to avoid pain first.
So examples would be like,
Still working 40-plus hours and barely getting by. Or missing moments with kids because you're trading time for dollars. These trigger immediate emotional resonance. They demand you stop and reflect.
you're holding a mirror up to their current reality.
Precisely. Next is the curiosity hook. This one creates a knowledge gap. It teases the solution or the incredible transformation without giving away the full secret.
So you're creating an open loop.
An open loop, exactly. Things like, here's what I wish I knew before I launched a business online. Or the transformative one, this system paid me while I was at the park with my kids. It invites them to lean in because you are offering insider access to a better, easier way of life.
And the third type, the identity-based hook, sounds like the most targeted way to segment an audience quickly.
It is hyper-targeting. You use language that explicitly calls out your audience. If you're a busy mom who's tired of trading time for dollars, watch this. Or, this is for every corporate refugee who feels like they're starting over at 45.
So if they identify with that statement,
They immediately stop scrolling, knowing the content is exclusively for them. You've just filtered out 90% of the wrong viewers in 3 seconds flat.
So the overall strategic direction here is simple. Always lead with the customer's problem or their ultimate desire.
Absolutely. Content that converts starts by leading with the problem, speaks intimately to the customer's desire, be it freedom, time, or the promise of 100% profit, and only then shows the authority to solve it, which is the proven blueprint. By the time they see the solution, they're already emotionally invested.
Knowing the customer and crafting the hook brings us to the operational reality, producing the content. The blueprint provides what it calls a non-negotiable content formula: hook, relate, value, and CTA. And this has to be the foundation for every single video to build that know, like, and trust factor without sounding, overly salesy.
This 4-step framework is essential. It's what turns a random video into a converting asset. And start with the hook, that scroll stopper we just discussed, which has to happen in the first 2 seconds.
Often powered by a trending audio and some clear text on the screen.
Right. Then you move immediately into relate. This is the rapport builder.
And this is where you leverage that guide, not guru mindset.
This is exactly where you use it. You share your story, your specific personal struggle or a customer's pain point to create that crucial get me rapport. The viewer needs to feel, this person understands my exact struggle.
So if you're new, you talk about the beginning. If you're established, you remember what it was like.
Exactly. That connection is the emotional link they need to keep watching.
The third step, value or proof, needs to be a quick, impactful delivery.
Yes. The goal is to deliver the aha moment in a microstory within about 5 to 7 seconds after you've built that relationship. This could be a quick tip, a myth buster, or a powerful before and after microstory.
And the sources strongly encourage using social proof.
Oh, massively.
Oh.
Since users get access to a large community, they're advised to share screenshots of community wins and testimonials. This shifts the message instantly from just theory to proven testimonial, and that builds massive belief.
That external validation creates an immediate sense of FOMO, fear of missing out, and makes the whole thing feel so much more achievable.
It does. It convinces the audience. If that person who seems just like me can do it, then I definitely can.
And finally, the CTA, call to action. We've heard this needs to be simple and focused on engagement, not on sending them off platform right away.
That is a crucial tactical distinction for the algorithm. The CTA must always invite them to the next simple step, which is usually commenting an action word like ready, start, or yes.
Why a comment? Why not link in bio?
Because comments create engagement. And engagement equals greater reach on the algorithm. If you tell people to click the link in your bio or DM you, you force them off the post, which kills the engagement signal.
And you force yourself back into that time for dollars trade by manually messaging every single lead.
Exactly. The system is built to automate the follow-up, not rely on manual DMs. You want to feed the algorithm what it wants.
Okay, that is a practical insight. Now let's talk volume. The material suggests a specific rhythm that frankly seems exhausting. The 3-video daily rhythm.
This is where that commitment from Section I becomes mandatory. Consistency is the true secret sauce of this blueprint.
So to build momentum quickly.
And to achieve that daily lead target of 20 to 30 people, users should post 3 short-form videos daily, typically a 7-second, a 30-second, and a 1 to 2 minute video.
Wait, 3 videos a day? Consistently, that's a massive demand. What is the tactical rationale for requiring that high volume, especially for a beginner?
The rationale is pure algorithm dynamics and data collection. Algorithms are incredibly sensitive. If you are inconsistent, the system just stops serving your content to the users who need to see it.
So even one day off can hurt you.
The sources warn that even one day of inconsistency can skew your data and stop your momentum cold. That constant repetitive volume, the 3 daily touch points, is what rapidly builds visibility and collects enough data points for the algorithm to accurately profile your ideal viewer.
So it's about giving the algorithm enough food to learn who you are and who to show you to.
Exactly. The volume ensures you stay visible and constantly reinforce your 3 core topics. And on day 20 of the blueprint, they break down the precise purpose of these 3 content types.
Let's get into that.
The scroll stopper is short and punchy, designed purely for the hook. The engagement story video connects emotionally or adds quick value. And the trust builder is the longer video, dedicated to building solid belief in you and the system.
Let's delve deeper into the formats. What's the primary difference in the content delivery between those 3?
Okay, so the short 5 to 7 second scroll stopper's only goal is to grab attention, trigger curiosity, and deliver a simple, immediate CTA.
Like, still working 40+ hours, comment ready.
Exactly. It has to use trending audio to maximize exposure on platforms like TikTok and Reels. There's almost zero value delivery here, just maximum hook power.
Okay, and the 30-second video serves as the mini-story.
That's the rapid transformation narrative. Its goal is to build relatability and interest using that hook, pain point, quick aha tip, and CTA structure. For example, I used to work full-time and feel like I was failing my kids and my boss simultaneously, until I found a system that allowed me to work just 2 hours a day.
So it's designed to be consumed quickly, but leave the viewer wanting more.
Precisely. And the longest video, the 1 to 2 minute trust builder, is where you spend the most emotional capital.
This is where the heavy lifting happens.
This is it. This video shares a deeper story, leverages deliverability, builds solid belief, and critically creates urgency to act. If your content lacks urgency, conversions will suffer.
So this is where you use that full hook, deeper lesson vulnerability, connection to the offer, and strong CTA structure.
Yes, by being vulnerable, sharing things like financial failure or emotional exhaustion, you build massive connection. And then you immediately follow that by presenting the solution, the blueprint, as the urgent answer to their struggle.
Maintaining that kind of volume 3 pieces of high-quality content daily sounds impossible unless you're supremely efficient. How does the blueprint ensure that efficiency?
Through the combination of batch creating and weekly themes. Batch creating means users record all 21 videos for the week in one sitting.
All at once.
They recommend taking 2.5 hours on a dedicated day, like Sunday, and just recording everything. The first few videos might feel awkward, but once you get past that initial block and start speaking from the heart, the flow happens. You save these to your drafts.
And it completely removes the daily scramble and guarantees you'll be consistent.
It removes the pressure entirely. And the weekly theme is essential for message clarity and maximizing that batch creation effort.
So you'd pick one topic for the whole week.
You choose one central topic, say the 2-hour workday, the 100% profit model, or automations, and you reinforce that single message across all 21 pieces of content that week. This prevents message confusion, ensures the audience knows precisely how you help them, and lets you deeply connect the dots for the viewer.
So that repetition builds familiarity and trust.
Incredible familiarity and trust.
So we have the mindset, the ideal customer, and the content engine ready. Now, we discussed distribution. The material frames posting on social media as planting digital real estate that works for you 24/7. It's an asset.
A huge asset. And the digital landscape dictates that content needs to be tailored for each platform because they all have different personalities and algorithms.
That's the key distinction. Okay, let's look at the 4 major players they mentioned.
First, TikTok. It's noted for offering the quickest initial growth. It's the most raw and relatable platform. And crucially, its algorithm is based purely on interest, not followers.
Which means a beginner can go viral instantly.
Instantly, if their hook is good enough, that 1 to 3 seconds, it's the platform of opportunity for rapid scaling.
And what role does Instagram play in this ecosystem?
Instagram's a bit more polished, personal, visual. The sources highlight that while it's a good lead generator, its best function is as a nurturing platform.
So leads find you on TikTok.
And then they follow you on Instagram to see more of your personal life, see your community, and build that deeper, more emotional connection before they decide to buy. It's where the trust deepens.
Facebook is still relevant, though, maybe for an older demographic or a different content style.
Correct. Facebook is conversation and connection-based. It is highly recommended for those who prefer writing over video creation, as long-form posts that share lessons, breakthroughs, and testimonials perform exceptionally well there.
And it's good for your warm market.
Excellent for warm market reach, friends, family, referrals, who often prefer to interact on that specific platform.
And finally, YouTube, the original long-form content king now dominated by shorts.
YouTube, with both shorts and long-form video, is still the second largest search engine globally. This platform is excellent for building authority and getting evergreen traffic.
And the key insight here.
The leads from YouTube are often extremely high quality. A video might only have 20 views, but generate 5 solid leads, which indicates the high intent of the audience using YouTube for specific problem solving. It takes longer to see high view counts, but the conversions are typically quick sales.
Given all these differing personalities, the material states that brand building is absolutely imperative. If you're just selling the blueprint, why is your personal brand so essential?
Because the underlying mantra is still connection equals currency. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. If you are just a generic face selling a generic product, you will be lost in the noise.
You have to stand for something.
You have to stand for something, otherwise you're vanilla, and the scroll continues.
The blueprint provides 3 explicit pillars for defining this brand identity. Let's start with the mission.
First, define your mission. What are you standing for? This has to be bold and specific as it acts as your North Star in your rallying cry.
And the examples they give are pretty big.
Yeah, things like create 1,000 self-made millionaires or help 100 families retire early. That purpose must be shared consistently to steal the show and give people a reason to follow you.
Second, your 3 core topics.
These are the content pillars your audience will know you for. You have to repeat these 3 things until you are sick of them. Examples include the daily pay blueprint, the 2-hour workday, or the concept of 100% profit. This repetition simplifies your message and builds trust.
And third, your tone voice. This section struck me as highly strategic because it actively encourages attracting certain people while repelling others.
This is critical strategic filtering. You choose your tone.
Mm.
Friendly, inspiring, or bold and aggressive. The sources are explicit that choosing a bold or aggressive tone is a deliberate tactic because it will naturally repel people who need to be coddled, who are looking for hand-holding, or who are not ready for massive action. This ensures you attract self-starters who are primed to become high-achieving earners.
So it's about creating alignment.
Total alignment between your brand and your ultimate goal. It's a way of saying, if you don't like my intensity, you probably won't like the results either.
Right.
Now, when you're using all these platforms, the sources advise against simply posting the exact same video everywhere.
That's the art of content repurposing.
Yes. Most videos won't perform the same on every platform because the audience and the context are different. The core recommendation is to choose 2 platforms, one for rapid, consistent daily growth,
Your mastery platform like TikTok or Reels.
and one for nurturing and as a backup like Instagram or YouTube.
So a core idea gets a strategic facelift for each channel.
Exactly. That single idea might become a raw, trending audio TikTok, a more polished narrative-driven Instagram reel, a deeper story-based written Facebook caption, and a highly searchable YouTube value drop video. The message is consistent, but the delivery is adapted.
We have discussed mindset, customer, and content. Now we reach the financial core of the blueprint. How this all translates into predictable, automated income, starting with what the material calls the $1 million move.
The $1 million move is simple, but it is non-negotiable. Building the email list. This is what separates hobbyists from serious, predictable income earners.
And the data supports this.
The data is indisputable. Email converts significantly better than social media. We're talking conversion rates of 20–30% in the inbox versus social media reach, which is often less than 5%.
So the real sales happen in the inbox.
Majority of people buy when they're in their inbox, not when they're scrolling through a feed.
This highlights why that CTA strategy, inviting a comment to start the process, is so genius. It's immediately driving high-intent traffic toward the real closing mechanism.
And that mechanism is the automated sales funnel, which they affectionately call the Freedom Machine. This funnel captures the email address, immediately provides the introductory blueprint and instructional videos,
And then what?
and then automatically sends a dedicated sequence of follow-up emails every day for 30 days.
30 days of persistent, automated follow-up. That sounds exhausting if you did it manually, but it's crucial for conversions. Can you elaborate on the types of emails in that sequence?
The sequence is carefully balanced. It includes educational emails that expand on the value, testimonial emails that showcase social proof and community wins, and, increasingly urgent offer emails. This system works 247 to nurture and close sales without requiring you to send a single manual message.
This is the definition of leveraging automation for true freedom.
It is.
And just to clarify the core business model jargon, when the blueprint refers to 100% profit, what exactly does that mean for the listener?
This is key context. The 100% profit structure usually implies a high-ticket affiliate or reseller model for digital products, where the commission structure is set up to pay the seller the entire cost of the product.
Which is very different from normal affiliate marketing.
Very unusual. Standard commissions are typically 10–50%. By focusing on 100% profit, the blueprint ensures that your effort directly converts into high, repeatable daily pay, which makes the whole content effort worthwhile.
That clarity helps a listener understand the financial incentive driving the entire system. And the sources use a massive real-world business example to prove the power of moving traffic off-platform.
They point to the rise of Shein, the now multi-billion-dollar e-commerce giant. Shein fueled its massive growth by driving its high-traffic social media efforts directly to an email list.
So it proves the strategy works.
It proves that migrating high-volume, low-intent social media traffic into a secure, owned asset, the email list for automated conversion, is potent, regardless of what you're selling.
So the system is battle-tested. And given its proven nature, the blueprint includes a strict warning against changing the system itself, the Freedom Machine.
It's labeled as a major source of friction and failure for new users. Users are advised to only change the capture page picture to personalize it, but avoid the temptation to add long explanatory paragraphs or videos to the capture page itself.
And the psychological reason for minimizing that capture page.
Because the customer was just in a scrolling state on social media. If they land on a page that demands another long commitment, another video, another paragraph of reading, they instantly fall into that "I'll get to it later" trap and just return to scrolling.
So it has to be simple.
The capture page must be minimal, benefit-driven, and designed only to capture the email, moving them immediately into the automated nurturing sequence. Simplicity maximizes conversion at that crucial entry point.
Once the system is running smoothly, we have to track success. What are the key metrics users need to track weekly?
The 3 non-negotiables are leads, customers, and the funnel conversion percentage. The ultimate goal, The benchmark for success is a 20% funnel conversion rate.
Meaning 20% of the people who enter the system become customers.
Right. If you are consistently hitting that number, the system is working perfectly.
And what's the daily lead target that historically translates into six-figure earnings?
The daily target is 20 leads per day. For personally mentored individuals using this blueprint, the reported average conversion rate is about 1 sale for every 20 leads, which shows the high predictability once the funnel is operational.
That is highly specific data. But there's a critical tracking rule here. When should a user actually start tracking and making changes?
This is the point where overthinking and failure occurs. Do not start tracking or trying to optimize until you have collected a minimum of 300 to 500 leads.
Why so many?
Because initial data is too often skewed by looky-loos or random spikes from a single viral post. You need a statistically significant, consistent base of leads to understand your true performance.
And when you do start optimizing,
Implement only one change per week. For example, change your hook for 1 week, then change your hashtags the next. That's the only way to accurately isolate which specific element improved your conversion percentage.
that prevents the user from introducing chaos into the data and ensures that optimization is strategic, not just random.
The blueprint then moves into strategies to deepen connection and increase conversion beyond that initial 30-day email sequence, starting with the powerful webinar strategy.
How do webinars integrate with an automated funnel?
Webinars are the perfect tool to help potential customers see that massive, emotional, bigger picture, hear multiple success stories, and finally make a committed decision.
But the promotion rule is crucial.
Crucial for maintaining the integrity of the automated system. You promote the webinar through your stories and content, but you drive traffic to the capture page to get their email address first.
So you do not share the direct registration link on social media.
Correct. The automated newsletter system is the only mechanism that sends the actual webinar link. This ensures the lead is tracked, attached to you, and consistently nurtured.
And there's an etiquette point here too.
Yes, an important one. The webinar is exclusively for prospects. Existing community members should not attend to ask questions or post distracting comments in the chat, as the event is designed purely to serve and convert potential customers.
Maintaining focus on the prospect's journey is key. Another advanced tool mentioned is Loom. How does Loom act as a shortcut to trust?
Loom lets you send quick, personalized video messages in response to customer emails, especially when overcoming objections like financial concerns or feeling overwhelmed.
So instead of a long, cold email,
You record a short video where you can quickly show your screen, maybe flash a few community wins, and personally address their specific concerns. The video format creates a quick, genuine connection that text just cannot match.
and the data Loom provides gives the user a massive advantage in follow-up.
Absolutely. Loom notifies you the moment a customer watches the video, and critically, it tracks the exact drop-off time. If a prospect watches 90% of your personalized video and then stops, you know their intent is extremely high.
And you can follow up immediately.
With highly targeted messaging, it ensures interested prospects never fall through the cracks due to a lack of targeted follow-up.
Finally, let's turn to leveraging technology, specifically ChatGPT, to master content creation efficiency. The sources position ChatGPT not as a novelty, but as a professional social media strategist.
That framing is essential. The integration is broken down into 4 powerful steps. First, you plug in your detailed, perfect customer profile, all the fears, goals, and struggles you defined on day 5.
Okay.
Second, you plug in your 30-day buyer's journey content calendar or your weekly theme.
How does this help refine existing content that's already been successful?
This is step 3, content auditing. If you have videos with good views or engagement, you feed that data to the AI. You ask the AI, based on this video's performance, why did it convert well? Then you ask it how to create more content, just like your best performers.
You're essentially cloning your success based on data, not just guesswork.
Precisely. And step 4 is leveraging the AI for emotional connection through highly specific prompts. Users are advised to ask ChatGPT to generate video hooks using emotional keywords like empathy, compassion, urgency, or heart-centered.
Why is forcing those emotional keywords into the AI prompt so effective?
Because it ensures the generated hooks speak directly to the audience's deep, unexpressed pain points, rather than just surface-level desires. They give a fantastic example, asking for empathy-based hooks and getting replies like, if you cry after putting the kids to bed at night because money is tight and you feel like you're failing.
Wow, that's specific.
That level of specific emotional resonance immediately cuts through the noise and establishes rapport instantly. This technique can yield weeks of compelling, targeted content ideas in minutes, dramatically accelerating the content creation engine.
This has been a tremendously dense deep dive into the architecture of creating a predictable online income stream through this 90-day freedom sprint blueprint. We've covered everything from the internal psychological commitments required for mastery to the external automated systems that deliver 247 sales.
The core takeaways are clear for the listener. You must decide on mastery and detach from the outcome to build a foundation. You have to embrace the volume of content, that 3-video daily rhythm, to feed the algorithms and build momentum quickly.
And critically,
Success hinges entirely on leveraging the automated sales funnel and the email list, which is truly your million-dollar move.
the ultimate message here is that the goal isn't just about daily pay. It's about establishing a business based on a mission, designed for a long-term legacy, freedom, and designing the life you want, rather than constantly reacting to external stress and panic.
And that strategic intention brings us back to the final, most provocative thought, pulled directly from the source material. We've analyzed all the strategies, the formulas, the tracking metrics, and the advanced tools. But the blueprint consistently emphasizes that the greatest remaining block is internal,
It's the risk of overthinking.
which is just procrastination in disguise.
You now have the knowledge. You know the exact steps. The powerful mantra you must internalize as you move forward is this: clarity comes from action, not from thinking about action.
So we challenge you. Given everything you've learned today about building confidence through execution, what is the one bold, imperfect thing, a hook, a story, or even just answering those perfect customer questions that you can execute today to gather evidence and build unstoppable confidence? Start there.